Oh. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Big Dog Barking. Straight out of Memphis 10. Back with another one. Welcome everybody back to Sports Zone TV, where we talk about relationships and sports and everything in between. I know y'all like that, whatever the case may be. But like I said, I'm your boy Big Dog Barking. And today I want to talk about women trying to figure out and date red pill men. So I'm in coach mode. And I told y'all that on my last live is that this is Coach Dog speaking to y'all. Now, this ain't no nice guy. This ain't no, I'm the nice coach that's a player's coach. No. Fooling with me, you gonna get your feelings hurt. But the truth of the matter is you're getting your feelings hurt to better yourself. I don't believe in all this participation and blowing smoke up your butt and all that right there because you need that. You know what I'm saying? It's different methods for different people. You know what I'm saying? So we're over the internet. We're not face to face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do what I always known how to do. How I coached all my life is that I'm gonna be raw. Now I'm trying to cut back on the vulgarity. I'm trying to cut back on cursing and all that. You know what I'm saying? To see can I really have conversations and how extensive my vocabulary is. So bear with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a work in progress, but I know I could do it. So anyway, I would like to welcome everybody back to practice. I'm glad to see y'all. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, dating red pill men. Where should I start? Where should I start? I'm gonna start with this right here. Over the past couple of years, I don't know, maybe the past 10 years or so, 10, maybe 11 years, whatever the case may be, red pill content creators have been saying what they've been saying to women. And they've been saying what they've been saying to men. And the content creators have been stressing that the red pill is to help men grow, to develop, whether emotionally, financially, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. So let's get that out of the way. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I have said this several times before, is that I can agree with the philosophy. What's up, Josh? What's going on? Appreciate you coming through. I can agree with the philosophy of the red pill. I can agree with it. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna tell you, no, I agree with it to a certain extent. Because when you think about the philosophy, you would move like that in business. I'm gonna say that again. Red pill philosophy is more logical than emotional. It's analytical. So if I'm moving like that with relationships, with dating, whatever the case may be, when it comes down to women, I'm gonna move like that in business because I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do my due diligence before I get into any business partnership. So I can agree with the philosophy from that aspect. Now, what I have a problem with the red pill is this right here. When it comes down to dating and relationships, is this right here. You're too analytical. You overthink relationships. You're overthinking dealing with women. You're overthinking it. Now, again, I don't have a problem with your mindset on trying to make sure you don't get played, you don't get ran over, you don't get picked on, whatever the case may be. I agree with that part of the philosophy of making sure you find the right woman that's on your program. I agree with that. What I don't agree with is how overthinking got y'all in these situations. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with you self-development, personal growth. You don't want to get played. All that is fine and cool. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that, but y'all think too much. You don't do this much thinking when you jumping into a business deal. You don't do this much thinking when you going to get a scratch off, or you going down to the casino, or you playing the dog tracks, or you playing bets. College football right around the corner, NFL right around the corner. I know y'all gonna hit DraftKings and MGM bets and all that. Y'all going to bet, and y'all don't overthink that. Would it be because you like a certain team, or the point spread in your favor, and you like the spread and all that, right? Whatever the case may be, you don't overthink it. You don't overthink a lot of things you do with money. You don't overthink a lot of things you do in business. So why do y'all overthink relationships? Because let them tell it, let the content creator tell it, is that the most important thing is the person you lay. The most important person is the person you lay down with every night. The most important person is the one you choose, the one you lay down with every night. I can agree with that, but then I can't agree with that. Because in my own personal experiences, I love my wife. But I also say my wife would throw me under the bus at any given time. And she know how I feel. That don't mean I don't love her. That don't mean I don't respect her. That don't mean I don't trust her. That's just how I feel. Just like, given the right opportunity, you'll throw me under the bus if it's beneficial for you. That's just how I feel. And I'm not ashamed to tell her that. I'm not ashamed to tell her that, because just like dealing with people in my businesses, just like when I was dealing with folks in the streets, when I was doing my thing on the corners and everything like that, is there right here. You'll screw me over if it's beneficial. Yeah, you like me. Yeah, you like how I do this, that, and the third, but you will screw me over if it's beneficial to your growth, to your development, to you becoming more successful. You'll do it. So why would I not believe my wife wouldn't do it? And I love her. Why I wouldn't believe my daughter wouldn't try to get over on me? She do it all the time. Why I won't believe my son wouldn't do it? It's a human thing. It's a nature thing. But we're talking about relationships. We're talking about these red pill men and the women that say they want to date them. You don't second guess a lot of business decisions. You do your research. You feel like you're comfortable around certain people. You shake certain people's hands and all that right there. Like I said, with that and gambling, you don't overthink it. You just do it. If it makes sense to you, if you see any benefit, if you see any profit in that, you just do it. But when it comes down to dealing with women, for some reason you shake it. You overanalyze, you overthink. And yet, that's how you be in these situations where you can't find no woman. You're doing too much thinking. It ain't that much thinking in the word. And I have said this on several times, several occasions, is that yes, you go to these panels, you go to these channels, you get your information if you don't already have it in your head. If you ain't already picked this type of things up in your life, you go and get it. And that's not a problem. That's not a problem. The problem is when you use it in the real world. When you use it in the real world and you literally run off a female that might be ready to give you whatever you want, whether it's a one-night stand, whether it's a long-term relationship, you literally run these women off because you think too much. They do one thing wrong and you ready to counsel them. You ready to cut them off. You ready to throw them to the side and say, she wasn't right. And no matter what, you feel like you're right. But this is the crux of everything. Y'all do exactly what y'all accuse women of doing. Y'all do exactly what y'all accuse the women of doing. So again, I'm 5149 man. Not because I love women so much that I just got to side with women. I'm 5149 man because I'm a man. But at the same time, men and women do the exact same things. It's a natural thing. It's a psychological thing. It's a mental, whatever. It's the same thing. You want a woman to respect your boundaries. You want a woman to respect your growth, your development. You want a woman to respect everything you got going on as a man. And get mad when they don't respect you. But how many times have you heard a man tell a woman what you do don't matter? Your money don't matter. Your education don't matter. Yeah don't matter. XYZ don't matter. So think about it. You get mad when a woman poo-poos on your accomplishments, on your growth, on your development, while simultaneously telling her her growth and her development, her accomplishments don't mean anything. Think about it. We are guilty of doing the same thing that women do, and it's vice versa. Women want you to recognize what they do. And if you don't recognize, they're coming for your throat. They want you to respect them just like you want her to respect you. So what's the problem? What is the big problem with us men and women getting together and forming relationships, forming families, or whatever the case may be? What's the problem? What's the big problem? What's the elephant in the room? Trust. That's the big issue with these relationships. I be looking at content creators and talking about the election, they talking about Kamala and Trump and all that right there. You know what I'm saying? I said Trump might win, and I'm not a Republican. It's just that his policies make sense for where I'm at in life. But even with the conversation between them two, you seeing that folks can agree with Trump, they just don't like Trump. You can agree with how he think, you just don't like him. He a-hole. But like I always tell people, I'd rather deal with an honest asshole than somebody that's flip-flopping. Because Kamala flip-flops more than a little bit. But because people hate Trump so much, they don't even care about her flip-flopping, is that I hate him more than I trust her. So even with that conversation right there, they're doing the same thing. It's two wings of the same bird. You trying to figure out which one the worst one, or which one the better of the worst. And from what I heard, y'all like Kamala a little bit more than Trump right now. But she ain't said one policy, nothing. But she made sure to focus on reproduction rights. That's a hot topic. But they're doing the same thing. So like I said, we do the same things. It's just that we don't like when the other person do it to you. You don't like when a woman poo-poos on you, but you don't have a problem poo-pooing on her and expect for her to sit there and take it. Because when women tell you to sit there and take it, you want to be mad. Think about this. Think about it. This ain't no one gender better than the next, even though I still believe that men supposed to be the leaders. I'm always gonna believe that because that's how I was raised. I was raised as the man supposed to be in charge, supposed to be the leader. But again, if we're doing the same things to each other, how we gonna go any further? Somebody gotta fall back. Somebody gotta fall back. One gender gotta fall back. And the way society is now, I don't see women going back in the house to satisfy you guys. I don't see it. So instead of trying to force them to go back in the house and be more traditional, accept what's going on now. It's modern. It's going to be the new tradition. In the next 20, 30, 40 years, what's going on now is going to be traditional in the next 30 years. Think about that. What's going on now is going to be traditional in the next 30 years. And me and a lot of other content creators may or may not see it. We may or may not see what y'all call modern become tradition. We may not see it. But that's where it's going. That's where it's heading. And the same things, like I said, the same things that women complain about for men is the same thing y'all complaining about now. That's why the red pill exists. Because y'all know the truth. I've been knowing the truth since I was a little boy. Thanks to my mom and my great-grandmom. They told me for years when I was in my adolescence on how women think, how women operate, what women expect from a man, and what you should watch out for when it comes down to women. All I had to do was go out there and try some things, bump my head, and see what works and what don't work. Build my confidence up by taking no's here and there. See, a lot of y'all don't want to go through all that because she have to be right from Jump Street. She got to be the perfect height, perfect weight, perfect skin color, perfect hair, totally submissive. She got to be perfect in a non-perfect world. You literally looking for perfection in a world where there's nobody perfect. And you expect her to respect you at all times, 24/7, 365, while you disrespecting her 24/7, 365. You're disrespecting her and want her to respect you. And just like that, and vice versa, she wants you to respect her while disrespecting you. This has nothing to do with gender. This has everything to do with mentality. This has everything to do with power. This has everything to do with control. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It's power. It's power, it's control. And I've said this before, is that one of my favorite books is The 48 Laws of Power. Some people say I should be reading it. I'm a psychopath for reading it. I'm crazy, whatever the case may be. But when you break down all 48 Laws of Power, it's stuff you do every day. It's stuff you do every day. Both men and women do it every day. Men do it to women, women do it to men, men do it to men, women do it to women, kids do it to adults, adults do it to kids. Black people do it to white people do it to black people. Heterosexual do it to homosexual, homosexual do it to heterosexual, homosexual do it to homosexual, whatever the case may be. People do it to other people and get mad when it gets done to them. People do it to other people all day long. and get mad when other people do it. I'm going through a little something with my wife right now, and I love my wife to death. And like I said, I believe my wife would throw me under the bus. We having that little disagreement right now over attention. Attention. And the thing is, when my wife come home from work, she goes straight in our bedroom. I might be playing a game. I might be on YouTube or doing something else. You know, I might be cooking. I might be sleeping my damn self. And she feels some type of way. And I had told her about this. And if she listening, hey, it is what it is. And I told her, I said, baby, your problem right now is this right here. You want me to get up like a dog when you come through the door, wagging my tail, happy to see their master. I'm going to say that again. I told my wife, I said, baby, you come through the door expecting me to run to the door, wagging my tail like a dog happy to see their master. I might be in a game on PlayStation, whether 2K, Madden, college football, whatever the game may be. I might be in a deep game, and I'm trying to win. I might be cooking something strictly for her. I might be asleep because I stay up late. I wake up when she go to work, and I might stay up, do a little thing, and then by the time she come home from work, I might be sleeping or I already sleep. I might be high, but I'm in the house. She'll say that's not good enough. That's not good enough just because you're in the house. That's not good enough. I'm like, but I'm here. Would you rather for me to be somewhere else? Which one is it? You want me to be in the house doing what I do, or you want me to be somewhere else doing what I do? She's like, no, I don't want, okay, cool. Are you just saying what you're saying to piss me off? Because I'm 45 now. If you would have called me at 25, 35, maybe I would have gave you what you wanted. Maybe I would have jumped off the rails and said this, that, and the third. I might did some dumb shit. I ain't got time. Not interested in doing all that dumb stuff no more. So you're not pissing me off. You're pissing me off enough for me to say something, but not enough for me to go do something. It is what it is. So she's like, no, I ain't trying to piss you off. That's okay. So if you not trying to get rid of me and you're not trying to piss me off, what are you doing? You want attention. You want attention. You want attention. Now, this is the thing about the attention she wants. She want to come home and do exactly what she want to do and tell me how to give her attention. So I literally have to wait for her to tell me, baby, this is the attention I want. Baby, don't give me no attention. Baby, give me some attention. And I tell her that, I said, that's how you want me to do. You want me to jump when you want me to jump in order to justify how you feel. But here's the funny part about it. When I told her about attention and how I felt she wasn't giving me no attention, she overlooked it. She ain't had other than word to say about it. So again, just with my relationship, and I love my wife to death, there's nothing I want to do for my wife. Just in this conversation alone, just in this situation alone, she want me to do what she want me to do when it comes down to attention. And she feels some type of way because I won't do it. But when I said something about the same thing, she overlooked it and felt like it wasn't that big of a deal. Same thing. Two different outcomes. Same situation. Two different outcomes. Because once I said so much about it, and she was playing me like she was playing me, I said, you know what? I ain't got time to keep barking. I ain't got time to keep on stressing how I feel about the situation. I'm just going to do me. Which means that I'm going to do what you're doing. Oh, yeah, I can get petty. I'll hold up a mirror to you and tell you this is what you're doing on purpose. On purpose. So by me doing me, I do exactly what she do. When she come home, I don't pay no attention. Even though I acknowledge the fact she home, like I said, I'll cook. I'll go in the room with her if I ain't already in the room. Like I'll do what I do, but when it comes down to attention, I'm like, I'm not going to play that game with you because when I say what I say about attention, you overlook it. You say, it ain't that big of a deal. So since you feel like it's not that big of a deal, guess what I'm doing? It's not that big of a deal. But guess who's mad? She is. But I'm telling her, like, you're doing the exact same thing. You're arguing with me about stuff I'm doing, but you're doing the exact same thing, and you want me to give you a pass for doing what you accuse me of doing. You're doing the exact same thing you're accusing me of doing. But for some strange reason, when I do it to you, it's more hurtful than what you do to me, even though it's the same thing. When I get into my logic, not emotions, women can't stand that part. I check out. Like it's strictly logical. I'm moving like you move without an emotion in the word. I still can do what I want to do. I still can do for you. I just ain't got all my emotions tied into it. You have your emotions tied into it. That's why you constantly complaining, because your emotions tied into it. So when I break it down from a logical standpoint, like you do the same thing, ain't no argument. She might not like what I said. She might not speak to me for the rest of the night. But it is what it is because of the simple fact you know I'm telling the truth. So the same thing, the same way I go into it with my wife is the same thing I'm trying to tell y'all, both men and women. You're going to do the same thing she does. She going to do the same thing you do. Which one of y'all can take it? Which one of y'all going to get out y'all emotions and make it just strictly logical and realizes that, hey, we're doing the same thing? Is that going to hurt our relationship or that going to help our relationship? In my case, just me personally speaking, and this is my own personal opinion, my wife might feel something different. I feel like it helps because of the simple fact I always told my wife I don't play sport. My wife spoiled. She got spoiled by her grandmom and granddad. When I got with her, they were talking about how spoiled she was, and I said, I don't play sport. I don't do things for you just because of who you are. I do things for you because you do what I need you to do. I don't play sport. So now at 45 instead of 25, now I'm able to express how I think and use my words instead of my actions by doing dumb stuff. It's like, look, you want me to jump when you want me to jump, and I won't do it. Because you're not going to jump when I tell you to jump, and I don't complain about it. You're not going to jump when I tell you to jump, and I don't complain about it. You want me to jump when you want me to jump, and because I won't do it, it's a problem. And I'd rather have problems than to be controlled. I done said that all my life. Don't control. You can't control me. I'm very disruptive when I feel like you're trying to control me. It's one thing when you could be my wife. That's cool. I ain't got no problem being married. I ain't got no problem having a wife. I ain't got no problem claiming my relationship. I love my wife. But you're my wife. You're not my master. And the same way I tell her that, the same way I look at it, like, I'm not your master. I'll ask you to do some things. Either you're going to do it or you ain't going to do it. If you ain't going to do it, you ain't going to do it. And I ain't going to complain about it. I ain't going to cry. and talking about, oh, I need to trade you in, oh, I need to get rid of you, whatever the case may be. No, I'm gonna go do it myself. Now, being petty, oh, that's gonna come back around. Because if I have to do something myself that I ask you to do, I'm gonna be petty when you ask me to do something. I'm gonna be real petty. I'm gonna be real petty. And it's just for you to realize is this right here. Is that you know how petty you were when I asked you to do something and you were petty? I'm that petty right now. Call me what you want to call me. But the thing is you did it. I just returned the favor. You did it and I returned the favor. I did the exact same thing you did. But like I said, because you don't like it, it's a problem. But you didn't have a problem doing it when you wanted to do it. So again, trying to date right now in 2024, it could be done. But the two things is control and trust. I ain't even gonna say control, no, I'm gonna say power. Power and trust is the reason why we can't have no relationship, because both men and women want power over the opposite. Whoever they're in a relationship with, like I said, it has no sexuality. It has no sexuality. It has no color. It has no real gender. What is in a being relationship or personal relationship, sports, whatever the case may be, it has no color, no face, no gender, no nothing. Excuse me. It's all about trust and power. Trust and power. You don't trust men, you don't trust women. And when you are in a relationship, you want the power. Somebody got to be the leader, somebody got to be the follower. And both parties don't want to be the follower. That's what all this boiling down to. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's who wants to be in control. Who wants to be in control of these situations? Because a red pill man can tell me all day what women do wrong, and I would look at him and say, you doing the same thing that you accusing the women of doing. You're doing the exact same thing you're accusing the women of doing, but you want a pass. Because you want to have a meaningful relationship. You think these women don't want to have a meaningful relationship? You think these women don't want to be with somebody they can really trust? That they will follow? You really think they don't want that? They want it. Just as bad as you want to be in control. Just as bad as you want her to follow you. She wants to follow you. But again, she's not going to follow a man she can't trust. And she's not going to follow a man that ain't got no sense on how to lead. All that growth and everything that's cool. Grow, develop, build your confidence, build your money up. Whatever you got to do as a man, build that up. By all means, do it. You'll get no smoke from me. But if you're not the leader you claim to be, and she recognized that, you can't get mad at her for not picking you as her man. You just ain't developed no leadership skills, whether it's in a job or a personal. I don't know why I got stuck on that personal word. I don't know. Let me drink the water. But again, I'm talking to the women on how to date one of these guys. But the truth of the matter is, y'all do need to talk to these guys a little bit better than y'all do. This ain't me caping for them. This ain't me saying, oh, women are terrible. Nah, y'all do need to talk better to these guys. And trust and believe they need to talk better than y'all too. which makes me think that are men more sensitive than women? Are men more emotional than women because of words? Like I done heard plenty of guys talk about does the words a woman say they can crush their whole day. And I'm like, bruh, they just words. But you got so many folks saying now that words do hurt you, you know. And I'm like, yeah. Words hurt you because you ain't got no thick skin. Words hurt you because like we came up, we like checking. And now me, I got a couple of checks in, but I ain't no check. I don't check a lot. I say a couple of things, but after I get mine out the way, it is what it is. And some guys want to keep going, want to keep checking and all that. And I can understand because I ain't got no I ain't got no bounce backs. I ain't got no comebacks. So I literally would sit there and say, hey, bro, you can go and cut it out now because you know I'm getting mad. And when I get mad, I'm ready to hit something. I'm ready to spring on you. And been a couple of times that they kept going and kept running off in the mouth, and I end up in cock and pop, hit him in the mouth. I ain't feel no type of way, but I gave him fair warning. Like, you want to keep talking, I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. So I can understand that words do hurt. But if she's telling you the truth, then why are you offended? And see, that was something I had to learn when I was getting checked. It's like, just like with jokes, we just like with humor. There's truth in the humor. You might not want to hear it because people are laughing at your truth, but it's the truth. So when these women be communicating with y'all and they just tell the truth, you feel some type of way. When they sit there and tell the truth about you, not all men, just you in general, you in this isolated incident, when she just talking about you and pointing out your flaws, you're gonna get mad because she's telling the truth. What's going on, son? Hey, I didn't see the fighter, son, but I heard, man, you took one. Hey, at least you showed up. You know what I'm saying? At least you showed up and showed out, man. You know what I'm saying? I heard that you got knocked down, whatever the case may be, man, but you still got my respect. You know what I'm saying? You're a better man than me. Cause I've been there ready to man pull them things out on them folks, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me talking. But salute for son for doing this thing in the boxing match this past weekend, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, a woman can isolate you and just talk strictly about you and point out your flaws and the negative that you got going on, and you're gonna have a fit. Cause she ain't supposed to see that. She ain't supposed to call that out. But the funny part about it is she don't want you to call out hers while calling out yours. You feel what I'm saying? She can sit here, and I'm talking to the women right now. Y'all can sit here and pinpoint everything wrong with a dude. What is his height? What is his weight? What is his penis size? What is his money? What is his living conditions? Y'all will point out all these things that's negative in your eyes about this man trying to talk to you. And the minute the man fire back up, fire your ass back up. Oh, you zesty. Your mama black. Y'all got 1,000,001 deflections because he ain't supposed to say nothing bad about you. You can say whatever you want to say negative about him, but the minute he say something negative about you, it's a problem. The communication sucks. But like I said, dudes, and I heard plenty of them talk crazy to women on panels about how they look, about how they act, about how they dress, whatever the case may be, telling these women exactly how they feel. And when a woman fire back, It's a problem. It's a problem. Why? Because again, I shouldn't have a problem talking bad about you, but I have a problem when you talk bad about me. I should be able to dissect and look at all your negatives and call them out as I see them, but don't call out none of mine. Just like a woman, and I'm on something right now. Just like a woman would sit there and say she don't want no big dude. You don't want no big dude. But you weigh just as much as he do or more. And you can sit there and say you don't want no big dude, whatever the case may be. And we'll call him whatever name in the book. Just to show how much you don't want him. But let him say something about you. He fat shaming. But wasn't you just fat shaming him not too long ago? You have not a problem fat shaming the man. But he fat shaming you, everybody up in arms. Did you just not hear what she said about me? And I'm supposed to sit there and take it. Right. Cool, whatever. And we see it all day, every day. They can talk bad about a man, but the man cannot talk bad about them. Because you're zesty if you do it. But what gives you the freedom? What gives you the right to do it? Because it's my choice. It's my preference. And I can talk bad about you however I want to talk bad about you because I want what I want. But you have no right to talk bad about me because you should be grateful I'm in your presence. Sounds like a lot of BS to me. Ladies, if a man set boundaries, why you feel like you want to cross them? Why do y'all want to cross a boundary a man set? Because you feel like you can do it. What you gonna do to me if I cross your boundary? What you gonna do to me? When I had did that live a while ago about the abuse men take from women, and they keep quiet about it. A man can set a boundary, but because you feel like he shouldn't have a boundary for me, I'm gonna cross it. What are you gonna do? Because again, if he say something to me or put his hands on me, he's zesty. He believe in putting his hands on women or whatever the case may be. If he don't say nothing, if he don't do nothing, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna keep on crossing his boundaries with no problems. But a woman can set a boundary, and if a man cross her boundary, he the worst of the worst. He terrible if he cross your boundaries. He terrible if he go against what parameters you set up for your relationship. He's terrible. Why is he terrible? When you think you don't have a problem crossing his. Why should he give you the same respect? Why should he respect your boundaries when you disrespect his boundaries and don't have a problem doing it? And ladies, don't get it wrong. I love y'all. I'm just keeping it 100. Like I said, what I'm talking about has no real gender. What I'm saying right now has no real gender because a man would disrespect the man boundaries. A woman would disrespect the woman boundaries. A child would disrespect an adult boundaries. We're just talking about dating. We're just talking about relationships. And it was just a topic to help out y'all red pill guys because, you know what I'm saying, I do be hard on y'all guys. But it's warranted. Especially the way I came up versus what I see on YouTube every day. versus what I see in social media every day is warranted because I came up with like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I might bump my head dealing with a female, and I did it several times. But I also know is that I did some dirty things to females. I broke some hearts. So again, y'all want to talk to these dudes any kind of way, but expect for them not to talk back. You want to cross their boundaries and expect for them to respect yours. You know what I'm saying? You want them to acknowledge your success, acknowledge your development, acknowledge your accolades, acknowledge your money, and tell them they broke. They ain't doing nothing. And if they tell you that your money don't matter, your education don't matter, you go into a whole uproar. But why do you throw your education up in this man's face? If you weren't trying to use it as a trump card, why do you throw your money up in this man's face if you weren't trying to use it as a trump card? You want him to acknowledge what you're doing while poo-pooing on what he's doing. And get mad if he don't give you the respect you feel like you deserve for your accomplishments. Oh, they just hate. Again, like I said about the election, you have a lot of people caping for Kamala because of her accolades. She was a senator, she was attorney general, she was the vice president of the United States. But when people say, okay, now what? What's her policies? What's she standing on? Just respect the fact that was an attorney general. Just respect the fact that she was a senator, a lawyer, a judge, the vice president. Respect all that. Okay, cool. I respect all that, but now what? What is she gonna do for me? What is she gonna do for folks that look like me? What is she gonna do? Period. What is she gonna do? She don't have a problem trying to dissect Trump. Her and her party don't have a problem coming for Trump. But we can't come for her though. She's protected. She was just forced on us because she didn't go through no primary. She didn't go through nothing. Biden dropped out. She didn't go through no primary to be the Democratic representative in the election. They bypassed all that because if y'all remember in 2020, then nobody like her. Did nobody like Kamala Harris in 2020 when she was in the primary to be the Democratic representative for the president? Did nobody like her? She dropped out because she couldn't get no support. She dropped out. Now all of a sudden she the best thing since sliced bread. And we can't say nothing about it. You know, in the past week, you know how many people I done heard. Soon as you say something about Kamala Harris, they ready to jump to her defense. And all I be hearing on the other end is like, well, what do she got that's beneficial? What do she got going on that's gonna help the people out? We gonna close the border, but you the borders are. You probably been did that. You been the borders all your whole vice presidency. Why you ain't closed it yet? Now so you won't close it. Now you say, oh, we're not gonna tax tips. But Trump been saying that for a minute. You just now said this, so again, what you standing on? You ain't did an interview in down to 3 weeks. Ain't nobody heard from you. But can't nobody say nothing bad about Kamala Harris because you're going against black women, you're going against women, you're going against women of color, you're going against the liberals, you're going against progressives, you're going against everybody if you say something bad about her. But you free to say something what you want to say about Donald Trump. Have at it. have it. But the minute he say something, or JD Vance say something, anybody in the Republican Party say something, any conservative values come up, anytime somebody say something, y'all want to hate. You want to hate what they say, but you can't say nothing to them. You can say whatever you want to say to them, but they can't say nothing to you. And again, we're just talking about the election, politics. And what I've been saying this whole string right now is that they can say whatever they want to say about Trump and protect her when he say something back. Am I right or am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, please correct me. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Because we done been in several situations in life to where you did something to somebody with no problem. And they do something back to you, and now you like, oh, I'm a victim. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because the truth of the matter is, man, if we really going to talk about power, we really going to talk about trust, we really going to talk about control, whatever the case may be, bro, somebody got to be at the bottom, somebody got to be at the top at all times. Somebody got to be the leader, somebody got to be the follower at all times. And guess what? Don't nobody want to be the follower. Don't nobody want to be at the bottom. Everybody got to be on top of somebody. We don't have our pecking order in place. Because I myself, I know where I stand at in society. I know where I stand at with men that's in my age bracket. I know where I stand at with some of these guys. I know that even on YouTube, I know where I stand at. I know it plenty of content creators better than me. And I give them respect. And I know it plenty of content creators I'm better than. And I step on their throat. And it's content creators on the same level as me, and it is what it is. Either I'm going to respect them or we're going to battle. I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for whatever. But just like with that right there, it's women that's better leaders than men. Y'all want to hear that? It's some women that can run a relationship better than men. It's some women that can't do nothing right in a relationship. They can't run a relationship. And it's women that's going to meet you eye to eye and say, look, I could do just what you do. I could do exactly what you do. It's men that can run a relationship no problem. And women know that. And they have to respect it. But it's also men that can't fight their way out of a paper bag. And women know that. And they step on their throat. It is what it is. Over here, we don't do no sugarcoating. Man or woman, we don't do no sugarcoating. We tell the truth over here. If we want this man-woman thing to keep going, and hey, we got to get our communication better. We got to get our respect better. We got to do what we got to do to make things right. That's on both sides. That's on both parties. If you're gonna throw shots, be expected to take shots back. If you're gonna throw shots, be prepared to take shots back. If you're gonna give out shade and disrespect, be prepared to get it back. There's no way around it. And you can't get mad when it comes back around. You can't get mad when you want to talk crazy to a woman and she talk crazy to you back. You can't get crazy when a woman talk crazy to you. You can't get crazy. When a man talk crazy to you and he talk crazy back, there's no need to get mad. There's no need to get angry when you doing the exact same thing that you accuse the other person of doing. You can't get mad when you do something to somebody and they put their mirror up in your face and do the exact same thing you doing. You can't get mad. Because you knew what your intentions was when you said that. You knew what your intentions was when you did that. You didn't care how they responded until they responded. And now you want to play victim. That go for the men and the women. You want to play victim after you get through talking crazy to a woman. You want to play victim after you get through talking crazy to a man. Why you doing it in the beginning? Because you convenient. It was comfortable. You felt like, because I'm grown and I have my opinions and I can say what I want to say, that they should be able to take it. Okay. And when they fire back, you're like, oh, you butthurt. Oh, you can't disrespect no man like that. Oh, you're sassy, but you didn't have a problem talking crazy to me. Yep. You didn't have a problem. But it is what it is. So anyway, I'm glad y'all showed up for practice today. If y'all take anything away from me, please use it in your everyday living. Because, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, if we quit focusing on gender, we quit focusing on race, and we quit focusing on just politics and religion, money and all that, if we just focus on what's really the truth, you can apply this to any situation and come out on top. If you just focus on power and how you can get power, you got power. If you just focus on how to use your power to defend yourself instead of trying to attack all the time, I promise you get whatever you want out of life. You can move a whole lot better. But as long as we in this offensive mind frame 24/7, 365, and everybody out to get everybody, we're going to always get the same result we've been getting for the past 15, 30, I don't know how long. Anyway, I'm glad y'all came through. I appreciate everybody that came through. And I will holler at y'all next Thursday, 11 o'clock Central Time. Go take a shower, get out of my face. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'll holler at y'all.